Okay, I've gotten a grip of myself, but I still want to talk about it. This might be a bit technical for my viewer base, but here are the victory conditions for the previous scenario that the player has to destroy every unit of a Rome faction. I believe that shouldn't be the sole victory condition. It can still be called Take Bracara Augusta, but the enemy should surrender if they have no military troops, or make them surrender, that could be also it. If they have no military troops or no way to train them. Otherwise we will seem like the bad guys no matter our reasons. The technical term is casus belli, look it up. And unless that's the intention of Andretin, it should be changed. It should be applied to any scenario where it makes sense. A possible way to test for if the player should win is if the opponent still has military units or training locations, return to the game. If the opponent has no units or buildings at all, the player has completely annihilated them, and this should be indicated in the dialogue. Like, what have we done? This shouldn't have happened. We've destroyed all of the civilians. Make them feel human for that. Something like that. Yes, and then if the opponent has no burras or rat houses, the enemy surrenders. And here is an optional thing that the Andretti may want to have here also. Give the player an option not to accept a surrender offer if they want to roleplay it or just feel like destroying them all. Yes. And if they have burras and no rat houses or money to buy when the enemy surrenders, and if they have rat houses but no burras or no money to train them, the enemy surrenders. It's easy to implement just conditional sentences in Lua and gives more narrative immersion, since it will feel a bit more like we are fighting against people, not just an AI. Okay, let's get to the game. Okay, could you be more quiet? Thank you. I have actually some hotkeys to make the sound more quiet for myself. So Blue Danube. I wonder if that will be in the recording, bad in the recording. I will have to check. No, there wasn't a problem. I'm just paranoid, like always. So, the Blue Danube. As time passed, the Marcomanni abandoned their own old name and adopted a new one, that of the Bavarians. Expelled from Bohemia by the Lombards, they must now seek a home on the margins of the Danube, facing the forces of a crumbling Roman Empire, if need be. If need be, yes, that sounds about right, indeed. Let's see what happens. By the way, I have to say again about this story. I feel like games with little story might not actually be better than with no story at all, since that will make you into a mindset that you really expect something really immersive narratively, something like that. But I still believe that if the story is well told, then it's really worth it to put into the game. So maybe they should get some writers more for example, the Myth series. For example, maybe not the third one. I haven't played that. They have pictures, voice acting, a good. The story has. There's a story between before every scenario begins, and they have even maps sometimes, at least in the first installment. Also, the Battle for Vesnov also uses maps to make the player see where the action takes place, and in Myth they also have those arrows that show where the armies are moving, and you know, that kind of stuff. Anyway, as time passed, our ancestors, the Markmani, came to be more and more known by the place of dwelling, Bohemia. Thus did our name of Bavarians originate. It means men from Bohemia. Expelled from those lands by the Lombards, we must now seek a home on the margins of the Danube. After a long time traveling south, we are now close to a great river. Our scouts report that the remnant forces of a crumbling Roman Empire can be found here. We must locate and destroy them to make way for our settlement in these lands. Remnants of the Roman forces. Indeed. Well, if they are hostile, then if we know they are hostile, it doesn't really. I haven't gotten the feeling that from this story they have here that the Romans. I mean, I know from the history they conquered a lot of places and stuff, but they should add more of the dialogue and whatever to really antagonize them or something. We need the casus belli. That's really important for a story in an RTS. Whatever. In a war, any war game, if we want to have a story, we must have a casus belli. Build gold. Yes, actually you are building it, I think. Okay. And the farms and the roads. You two. After that, go there. And you two can. We need more food.
Los geht's. Jawohl. Bereit für die Arbeit. Ihr Wunsch ist mein Befehl.
It's not. Wait a minute. The enemy attacked us. What? They have a catapult. They have a cave troll. Indeed, that might not be something I want to mess with. So we know they have something like that there. Also, let's make one of these, sure. I'm not sure if that's the best place for it, but get away from there. Anyway, that's where I'm going to build it. C for the carpenter's thing. Sure, whatever. More burras.
Ihr Wunsch ist mein Befehl. Bereit für die Arbeit? Ja. Was ist Ihr Befehl? Bereit für die Arbeit.
Wait a minute, what are you doing there? How about you find another tree to hack and slash when you run into those kinds of problems? Yes. Also, I'm not really doing a good job at the commentary this time. maybe shouldn't be playing when I don't have anything to say. That's commentary 101 for you.
We need more gold.
More gold is required again.
We need more gold.
Fools, give me that paper! It might not actually be paper in this time of fantasy scenario. Fantasy world. Yes. But, it's fun to say! Give me that paper! I think it was Grimifar
We need more gold.
who I got that from. I mean, I do get quite a lot of ideas from other video game commentators. And indeed, they do have an alternate place to, well,
Ich bin bereit.
start here.
Ihr Wunsch ist mein Befehl.
Let's get more of you.
We need more gold. We need more gold.
Character development.
Bereit für die Arbeit.
Well, that's also... I think I mentioned that for the heroes. But that's also something that
We need more food. Was ist Ihr Wunsch?
makes up for a better immersion. Not necessarily the story. It's maybe a bit different,
Jawohl, mein Herr.
you could say.
Fertig.
And maybe not even a development, just some background. Just something that makes them feel more human. I'm not that great of a writer myself, maybe.
Bereit.
I do what I can. Also, since I have such huge amounts of
Ja,
lumber,
ja. Jawohl.
you two, no, actually you can't. You had more things there. On the other hand, maybe that's a good choice. No, I remember now. They had that catapult there. They've got a cave troll.
Ich bin bereit.
Let's get a catapult for myself too. I like those. Great stuff, great stuff. More arrows. Better arrows.
Ich bin bereit.
Everything.
Was möchten Sie?
I'm not sure if I want to attack. Let's at least wait for one more.
Soll ich Ihr Wunsch schlagen?
I wonder, why couldn't I double click you?
Was möchten Sie?
And now I can. Also, Q now apparently selects all of my military units, and W also selects the units of the same type.
Was ist Ihr Wunsch?
Wait a minute, that was B. Yes. Oh, yeah, yes. Now you can get me another one of these, sure. Now we are actually being attacked now. Good, because that means we can actually maybe get to maybe destroying them at some point.
Jawohl, mein Herr.
You're gonna be number 2 group. Actually go there. Don't be in the way or anything like that. I'm not sure if I want to have a masonry either.
Was möchten Sie? Jawohl.
I want to have more of these. That's what I need.
Ich bin bereit. Ihr Wunsch ist mein Befehl. Jawohl. Jawohl, mein Herr. Für die Arbeit.
Return with goods then, if you can't do such a simple order.
We need more food.
We need more food. Okay, get me more food then.
Los geht's.
I always forget the technical terms for stuff I want to talk about, so that's why sometimes I
Ihr Wunsch ist mein Befehl. Was ist Ihr Wunsch?
Can't really think of what to say and stuff. You only have a slightly bigger, what do you call that? Reaction range or whatever? They might make it a tile bigger at least. I feel like that might be a good idea too.
Was ist Ihr Befehl?
So what are you doing? Nothing. That's what. You are useless.
Bereit für die Arbeit.
And you should feel bad about it. Now, what do I want, actually? Do I want to wait for another attack? Or do I want to attack them myself? That is indeed a good question.
Jawohl, mein Herr.
Let's
Ich bin
just
bereit.
attack and see where this goes,
Jawohl,
I
mein Herr.
guess.
Jawohl.
Apparently we don't have the catapult there any longer.
Jawohl.
They've moved it elsewhere or something. So get to work.
Ich bin
You too. Make me some students too. Good.
Jawohl, mein Herr.
So you can be in my number 2 group also.
Bereit.
Now where are they?
Jawohl.
They should be around here somewhere, right?
Los geht's.
Ah, there we go.
Los geht's.
Ah, let's wait for them here, sure. Or should we? Wait a minute, what is
Attacks us.
that all about? I can actually
Los geht's. Jawohl, mein Herr.
destroy you from this far away. Sure.
Los geht's.
No, you go to a number 2 group too.
Jawohl, mein Herr.
Sure.
Los geht's.
Now, what do we have here? A guard tower. They have those too, so... I don't really like them in game. Well, it depends on a game.
Jawohl, mein Herr.
Okay, you have to go. You are attacking my warriors there. That's not cool.
Ich bin bereit.
Actually, no. I need more Kriegers. That's what I need. Also, with quite. Their defenses aren't that great. Our enemies' defenses.
Jawohl, mein Herr. We need more food.
Of course, that kind of depends on what the developer wants, of course.
Jawohl.
They might not want fully-fledged towns, cities even.
Ich bin bereit.
Also, these probably are only miniature form what they represent. They, for example, a rat house might actually be a town center, much more than just one building. Yes, in what they represent, and also these might represent something like 10 troops, even 100. It's sometimes difficult to tell. And that's why it's also a bit silly, since these look like singular troops. You would expect an army to be at least in the order of hundreds, at least. Probably thousands. Even tens of thousands, maybe, in something like Roman armies. The Chinese, by the way, I believe had the biggest armies in history, maybe. They had a lot of people, at least. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure if that has always been the case. Anyway, you can also, sure, at least go there and explore. You can be my number 3 group. You don't have anything else to do of importance. No, the enemy doesn't attack me. I attack myself. Can't you see the difference, game? These catapults. Your Krieger has leveled up. I see. Let's get some... I don't know, the critical strike, whatever. Now, where do they have that last remaining Bura or whatever they are hiding? Oh, so you can explore here-ish. I may... I don't know where I should have my workers be. Trying to find them. Also, because of these kinds of situations, I shouldn't understate it. These kinds of situations where the player has to try to find their last remaining troop. It's just better all around if they have more victory conditions than just destroy all enemies. Why? Why would I destroy their peasants? They might be useful as slaves, if not nothing else. Even if I am evil and all kinds of stuff, I should at least... Well, maybe they had a catapult. That's at least a combat troop. Okay, the Romans of this area have been fully subjected to us. Long has been our journey, and pleasant shall be our new home. Already marriages are occurring between our people and the locals, who begin to learn our tongue. A new land has been born, Bavaria. I see. Also, it might be a bit difficult to communicate if you don't know each other's language, so maybe it would be hard for them to surrender, if that's the case. But if you haven't even tried communication, I mean, they should have at least traded before, maybe? I don't know. Do I had the coinage already. Let's get some more catapult damage, sure. Now then. What's that the last quest here? What was it? I can't see any others. Okay. That was the end for the Earth campaign, I guess. For the Earth quest line. I guess it was okay. In the beginning there were some scenarios that were a bit different from just destroy all humans. Well, some sort of escort missions and destroying a particular building and something like that. Anyway, I guess this will be goodbye for now. Maybe I'll return to this sooner than you may think, because I still have that Nidavellir quest line to do.